Our next scheduled candidate is Eric Butkiewitz. Come on up, Eric. Where are Eric? Oh, there he is. Okay, at the end of the room. Eric has spoken here before, but tonight he has a special announcement. Eric's a native of Middle Village. He founded a news website, EB Media, and an educational software startup, C-Flow. So Eric is going to make a special announcement tonight. Let's join me in welcoming Eric Butkiewitz back to Republican Club.
I gotta get my way in front. Everyone who knows me speaks here knows I can't stand behind a podium. I like to move around. So, it's great to be here again. Past couple of 2 or 3 times I've spoken here already. It's always great to come out and speak in front of everyone, and I really want to thank you for having me out here. So, last time I spoke to you, I spoke about the race I was running for at the time, the state Senate race. But tonight I want to make a really big announcement. And actually, it's something because you guys are the first crowd I'm publicly announcing it to. Not even Facebook has found out yet. And, in 2018, that's something when you haven't even put it on Facebook yet.
That's right.
Yeah, right?
Unless it's on Facebook.
Not official unless it's on Facebook. So maybe you guys get the unofficial announcement here, and I'll put up the official one on Facebook later. But it was a hard decision. It was something I thought about long, and there was a really important, a really big vacancy in the 30th Assembly District. There was a current incumbent Democrat who ran as the person who's for the community advocate, the nonpartisan community advocate. And is he a nice guy? He's a nice guy. I personally like the guy. Personally, I can't say anything bad about the guy. But you know what was one of the first things he did in office? He sold out to the Crowley machine in Queens.
He what?
He sold out to the Joe Crowley machine in Queens. So I want to announce for the first time publicly here that I'm running for the 30th Assembly District in Queens. So why am I running against Brian? I know I gave a little prelude there on the whole situation. So we had an election recently between for city council in our district against Brian Barnwell and Bob Holden. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the race. So for a long time, a lot of people in the district, Elizabeth Crowley. What did I say? I'm losing it today. I'm telling you, folks. I'm all over the place. If I tell you how much I've been running around recently to get petitions out, because it's been Vicky knows how it is. Liz Crowley and Bob Holden. Thank you. Yeah, I know Sockowitz is a huge Bob Holden fan over there. So anyway, we've been fighting. Everyone in the community, a lot of people fought really hard to get Liz Crowley out of the seat and get Bob Holden in. And he won by 137 votes. You know who endorsed Bob Holden? Brian Barnwell. And this was a big thing when he ran against Marge Marker, the incumbent, just a year before. He said, I'm not part of the Crowley machine. I'm different. I'm running against the Crowley machine. I'm going to be the person running for the community. And one of his first acts of business was to endorse Liz Crowley. And you know why he did it? He did it because he was afraid. He was afraid that Joe Crowley was going to mount a full primary effort against him. And he has a primary now. Is the full weight of the Queen's machine behind him? I don't know. But I do know is that Brian is still not in good favor with the Queen's Democratic machine. He has a far-left primary contender who happens to be a transgendered individual running against him from the left, calling him this horrible fake Democrat. And from the right, a lot of people are upset with him because what he did by selling out to the Joe Crowley machine. And the problem isn't that just he did it. It's what happens next, right? We have the whole situation in our neighborhood with the homeless hotel in Maspeth. We have the situation with the Kew Gardens prison, community prison, as Bill de Blasio calls it, which Bill wants to open up in our community, wants to close Rikers, bring it in. If Joe Crowley gets money from one of these guys, and he goes up to Brian, he says, Brian, I know you're against these things in your heart, but you've got to vote against it because my donors say so. And if you don't do it, you're out of office. What is he going to do? Just like he did with Liz Crowley, he has to do it or else he's out of a job. And I'll tell you, I'm not beholden to anybody. I don't care what Joe Crowley thinks. I don't care what anyone thinks. The only people who I care what they think are the people of the community. And I'll stand by them, no matter what Joe Crowley says, no matter what Bill de Blasio says. I'm going to stand by the community and do what's right for the community. And that's a promise. And that's what I'm bringing in right now. I mean, we have so much lunacy going on. Whether it's the first thing I mentioned with the homeless hotels, this other thing, the community prisons. We have our prisoners on an island. Why would we move them next to our schools and our houses in our neighborhood? Why does that make sense? And we're pouring in millions of dollars into restoring Rikers Island right now. Why don't we keep restoring it and make it a modern prison? And why are we putting the money into it just to close it down? That makes no sense. Two, right now the lunacy, which is not only, first when Bill de Blasio said it, okay, I said, okay, the latest thing from Bill de Blasio with the SHSAT, trying to get rid of it. And these are the sort of things Bill says. It seems like a joke sometimes. It's hard to take it seriously, because you hear it and you want to laugh how ridiculous it is, saying a test is racist. A test filled with math and ELA and science is a racist test. It's a piece of paper. It's a racist test, that's what he says. So, you have to have a reality, you have to sleep on it, and then you wake up and you turn on the news and you say, oh wait, he actually did say that. There's actually people out there who believe in this. And they're trying to push this agenda. And it's not, and usually they say, oh, there's too many, let's say, because white people who are doing well on the test. You know what the thing is? There's too many Asian people, they said, doing well on the test. They're going after a minority and trying to get them out of our specialized high schools. But this is part of a bigger crusade that the mayor's been waging for a while, which started with his war on the Honors College at CUNY. He's trying to shut down the Honors College at CUNY, because he says it's unfair to a lot of people that there's an Honors College above, that it's segmented, right? So that everyone isn't together. So he wants to hold our high-achieving students back.
That's right.
Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you let the high-achieving students flourish? Right. And it's part of a bigger effort that's lowering standards throughout our school system. And now it's coming on to high schools by trying to eliminate specialized high schools. And you watch. If they're allowed to do this, the next thing they'll be taking away honors programs. And they'll go ahead and take away the Honors College at CUNY. Because they, in this, this socialist mindset, want everyone to be on the same even field. They want everyone to equally suffer, is really what they want. They don't want, what we need to do is have a school system where everyone gets a tailored education where they can succeed. Where people who need an honors program can be in an accelerated honors program. Where people who need extra help can be in class where they need extra help. And this one-size-fits-all solution that a lot of these socialists left are pushing does not work. And it's going to make our kids worse off. It's going to make our state worse off. Right now we're in a state, a lot of people are leaving the state. It's a flight out of New York State. Why is that? There's no jobs. And we need to have an environment where we can have these jobs. And the policies that our legislature and our governor are pushing right now on the left, it's Democrat legislature, Democrat governor, are not working for the state. We need an environment that's good for business, an environment that's good for students, an environment that makes people want to come here and spend their money and then stay here. And that's, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, perfect. That being said, these are a lot of the things I'm fighting for in this election. And it's something I'm really passionate about. The district is Middle Village, Mass, but Woodside primarily. Shoots out a little bit into LIC and Astoria. It's a little bit of Sunnyside. But this is where I grew up pretty much. These are the neighborhoods I grew up in. I lived in Middle Village all my life. Went to grammar school in Maspeth. Woodside was kind of like the backyard right there. So this is really close and dear to me, the community. I step out of my house, I'm in the middle of the district. I mean, so it's something really important to me, and I want to say I'm going full speed ahead from now on. I was just out, past 2 days collecting petitions, getting signatures out, and really looking forward to running a great race in the 30th. Thank you. Questions? Yes.
You sound great.
Thank you.
We all know what the Democrats are.
Yeah.
We know they're leftists, they're the socialism, they want to destroy everything, they're corrupt. We know all that, right? So we know you're going to stand up to them, right? But will you stand up to the Republican establishment when they go wrong, when they don't serve? The Republican Party who are working for the other side, not working for us. Will you stand up to them?
Well, I wanted to say first of all, I'm not beholden to anybody. I run for the community and community first. So no matter where the opposition is coming from, whether it's from, they call them rhinos in Albany, or if they're from the left, wherever they're coming from. I'm going to stand up for the community, what's right for the community. I don't care what anybody else says except the people in the community, and I'll stand by them no matter what. Other questions? Yes.
You know, these same people that are against these same people really, if you think about what was going on with Simplifelda, it's not just yeshivas, but it's not just the Hasidic schools. It's against religion, you know, they're against religion.
Yeah.
It's not just it's also against modern Orthodox schools. I found out that it was 5.5 hours, you know, they were fighting, that they would have to have 5.5 hours of English education.
Yeah.
Now, all the modern schools, which are middle-of-the-road schools, let's say, YCQ, they have like, I grew up 4 hours English, 4 hours Hebrew. They're fighting, they're against religion also, these people. They're not, it's not just against the very special spice, you know, the high-level schools. They're also against religion, you know, and these people, like Charlie Barron, probably, these are the people that start fighting against.
I would say against religious schools in general, because even Catholic schools. You look what happened. I attended Catholic schools my whole life. I attended Catholic schools my whole life, and you know my parents and all the other parents of the other people I went to school with, I grew up with.
Well, let him answer.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is that we pay taxes, our families, for public school tuition. Our taxes cover public school tuition. And then we have to pay tuition again to go to the Catholic schools. Parents should be allowed to make the choice for their children that they think is best for their children.
One more quick question.
And I'll just wrap this up quick. Frankly, when you're making people pay tuition twice, it forces a lot of families out, and they can't make the choice that's best for their children. Families should not have to be forced to pay tuition twice. Next. Yes.
This isn't so much a question as it is a statement. I think it speaks volumes about your character, that when Senate didn't work out, you decided to continue to fight, and now run for Assembly. And I think I can speak on behalf of all of us when I say we're all really proud of you for being such a fighter. It reminds me of why I'm working for Vicky Palladino, because you remind me of her. And I think what you're doing is great, and we all support you.
Thank you, appreciate it. Is there one more question before I have to go?
No, we have to.
No, I have to go? Okay, there we go. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
How old are you, Eric?
22.
22 years old. This is a rising star. This is a rising star. When he gets elected, he's going to be the youngest elected official in New York State.